What would you say it is that you love about your job? If someone asks you, what do you love about your job? It can be one thing, it can be a number of things. How would you answer that question?
I get to have really good conversations because of my job. That's the best part.
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
When you say, what do you mean by great conversation? Is it the style of conversation, or is it what the topic of the conversation? What do you mean by great conversation?
So obviously, I'm interested in this subject matter, and it's exciting to talk to other people. When you share an interest and you get to talk about that, and you get to share what you're excited about, that's really good. I'm also very interested in people, but I'm so bad at like small talk, and I'm not being very funny, so it's hard to connect.
I think you're pretty funny.
Is that right? I don't know. It's just like it's not as easy for me to connect with people in casual social context. But what's great about teaching is that you get plenty of chances to, especially a class like this where we might be what I do, which is the themes are connected to life, and we are in class discussion. People share about their experience with learning and teaching, and so I get to learn about people and connect, and doesn't happen as easy in this casual.
That makes sense.
Context.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to flip it. What do you hate about your job?
It doesn't pay as well.
Well said.
Yeah. Besides that, I hate having to grade. I hate the fact that there's somebody, the students are doing all this work, and I gotta tell them it's worth 10 points or 8 points. It's ridiculous. You have to do it. It's part of the deal, but I hate that.
So is it the fact that you think that the work that they produce is of value in itself, therefore it shouldn't need to be graded, or is it just the mundaneness of having to do that? What do you mean by you hate having to grade?
Well, it's what I hate about it is that grades are for not for the student; they're for other people. So when I say the student got a B in the class, that's not feedback for the student. For the student, the best feedback is it could be specific. You clearly did this well. You could do this better,
right?
And that's useful. If they want to improve, they have now some guidance. But when I say it's a B, that's for the university that is going to decide, well, you're going to get the degree or not, or that's for a future employer or whatever. And in an ideal world, that is none of their business. It's other people. The learning should be about people that are involved in it. From the outside, out of context, in a way, it corrupts the experience. Interesting. Now, for example, I'm happy to talk about the student when I write a letter of recommendation, and I'm listed as a reference for a job, and I get a call. I can share what I think about this person, but that's different than just a number. Or I understand the use. I mean, it's convenient and efficient. And when you're dealing with thousands of people and you gotta sort them out, something like a number really helps. But it does corrupt the experience.
Very interesting. It strangely seems very consistent with your whole mindset around the whole curriculum an education philosophy. That's I think that's when I think when someone is speaking in a way where their thinking, their lifestyle, their opinions, I'll say it's very holistic in the sense that whether you're talking about work, whether you're talking about your likes, your dislikes, it's all very consistent. And personally, I think that's quite rare. I think, and if you, in the sense that it aligns very well with one's career. I find a lot of people are working in one particular way. They're living a particular way at work, which is, or the values of what they are having to live out at their workplace is different to say outside of work. And I think people who have the opportunity to line them up are very fortunate.